Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that's been debated for generations but still holds power in the hearts of women everywhere: what a woman must hide from a man. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about deception. This is about understanding the strength and value of a woman and knowing that she is not to be underestimated. First, a woman must protect her confidence. You see, she's not here to be someone's decoration, not here to play second fiddle. She has dreams, goals, and ambitions that stand tall on their own. And a man who can't see that, well, he's not the one for her. But don't mistake independence for isolation. She stands strong, but she knows when to trust and when to protect her own space. Second, she must guard her heart. Her love is a gift, but it's not a gift given freely to anyone who asks. It's earned. She can't show all her cards too soon. She can't let anyone walk all over her emotions because she knows that love is a powerful thing. But it's also a fragile thing, one that needs care and respect to grow. Third, her strength, her true, unshakable power must be hidden until the time is right. We all know how fear can rise when someone sees your true potential, when someone realizes you're not just another face in the crowd. So she keeps that strength tucked away, because when it comes out, it'll shake the very foundation of everything around her. But it's not about playing games, it's about choosing when to make that move. Lastly, her past. It doesn't belong to anyone but her. What she's been through, the lessons she's learned, the scars she carries, they're hers. They don't need to be shared right away. A man doesn't need to see all the pieces of her journey in order to respect the woman standing in front of him, because the past is just that, the past. And the woman standing before him is all that matters. So ladies, protect those things. Protect your confidence. Protect your heart. Protect your strength. Protect your past. Because when you do, you ensure that the person who gets to stand beside you is the one who truly deserves it. And trust me, that's the most powerful thing you can ever do. A woman must protect her confidence above all else. Confidence is not just an outer layer. It's the very foundation of who she is. It's the silent power that propels her forward, even when the world tries to pull her back. It's the belief in herself that allows her to walk into any room, regardless of who's there or how many eyes are on her, and still hold her ground. In a world where women are constantly told who they should be or how they should act, a woman's confidence is her armor. She must guard it with everything she has, because once it's compromised, it's a long journey back to finding it again. When a woman is confident, she's not easily swayed by the opinions of others. She doesn't need validation from anyone, especially a man, to know her worth. Her confidence comes from within, from the quiet knowing that she is enough as she is. It doesn't matter if the world tells her she's too much, too loud, too strong, or not enough. She knows who she is, and that's what matters. Her confidence doesn't come from external factors like appearance, status, or material possessions. It's something deeper, a connection to her own sense of self that no one can take away. But in relationships, this confidence is often tested. The temptation to change for someone, to mold yourself into something that fits someone else's idea of who you should be, is real. A woman might feel the need to suppress parts of her to make someone feel comfortable, to make herself more palatable, or to avoid conflict. She might question her worth when faced with someone who doesn't appreciate her for who she truly is. But the moment she begins to doubt herself, she loses the most powerful thing she has: her ability to stand firm in her truth. That's why she must protect her confidence, because it is her shield against the forces that try to diminish her. This doesn't mean that a woman must be perfect or without flaws. Confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about owning your imperfections and not letting them define you. It's about knowing that your mistakes don't erase your worth, that your struggles don't mean you're weak. Confidence is about embracing your vulnerabilities and still standing tall. It's the strength to say, I am enough, even in my imperfection, and to believe it wholeheartedly. It's the recognition that you are worthy of love and respect just as you are, and that any man who truly values you will see your worth without trying to change you. In the context of relationships, a woman's confidence often becomes the foundation of her boundaries. When a woman is confident, she knows what she will and won't tolerate. She doesn't need to entertain relationships that drain her or make her question her value. She doesn't need to settle for less than she deserves, because she believes that she is worthy of the highest standards of love and respect. A confident woman doesn't fear walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve her. She doesn't cling to something out of desperation or fear of being alone, because she knows that her worth isn't tied to the approval of anyone else. When she enters a relationship, it's not because she needs someone to complete her. It's because she wants someone who respects and compliments her. But let's be real, this is often much easier said than done. The pressure on women to shrink themselves in relationships, to put their needs and desires last, can be overwhelming. Society teaches women to prioritize others over themselves, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. A woman is often conditioned to think that her needs are secondary, that her desires are selfish, and that her voice doesn't matter. But this kind of thinking chips away at her confidence. It makes her believe that her worth is based on her ability to serve others rather than on her inherent value as a person. And that's why a woman must be vigilant in protecting her confidence. She must never allow anyone, not even a man, to diminish the value she places on herself. A woman who truly understands her worth and protects her confidence walks through life with a sense of purpose. She is not easily swayed by the judgment or criticism of others. She is not easily intimidated by the world. She knows her power, and she owns it unapologetically. This doesn't mean that she is always loud or assertive in every situation. It means that she carries herself with a quiet strength, a knowing that she is capable of achieving anything she sets her mind to. A confident woman doesn't need to prove herself to anyone because she already knows her value. And when it comes to relationships, her confidence sets the standard for what she will accept. She doesn't just allow anyone into her life. She doesn't settle for someone who doesn't see her for who she truly is. Her confidence demands respect, and anyone who enters her world must respect that. When a woman is confident, she is not just a partner in a relationship, she is an equal, bringing value to the table that can't be denied. And any man who recognizes that will stand by her side, supporting her dreams, respecting her boundaries, and loving her for who she truly is. So a woman must protect her confidence. It is the core of who she is and the foundation of everything she does. Without it, she is vulnerable to the opinions and judgments of others. But when she stands firm in her confidence, she becomes unstoppable. She becomes a force to be reckoned with, a woman who knows her worth and refuses to let anyone take that away. And that is a woman who is truly free. A woman must guard her heart because it is the most vulnerable part of her being. The heart is where love, passion, and emotions reside. It is the place where dreams and hopes are born, where desires are nurtured, and where trust is built. But it is also the place that, if not protected, can be broken, bruised, and left shattered. A woman's heart is a sacred space, and once it is opened, it exposes her to the possibility of great joy, but also profound pain. That is why she must be cautious in revealing it, especially when it comes to relationships with men. Not every man deserves access to the depths of her emotions, and not every person is capable of handling the responsibility that comes with holding her heart. A woman's heart is a delicate thing. It carries all her hopes, fears, and memories, both the beautiful and the painful. It holds the pieces of who she is, the lessons she has learned, and the experiences that have shaped her. When she loves, she does so fully, without reservation, and that love becomes a part of her very being. But in love, there is always the risk of betrayal, hurt, and disappointment. A woman's heart, once entrusted, is a precious gift. But before that trust is given, it must be earned. She cannot afford to give her heart freely to someone who has not proven their worth. Love is not a transaction or a game. It is not to be handed out carelessly, nor is it something to be taken lightly. A woman's heart must be treated with reverence and respect, and only someone who truly values her will be worthy of holding it. The reason a woman must guard her heart is simple. She deserves to be loved with the same intensity, respect, and care with which she loves. Love is not just an exchange of affection or attraction, it is the deep connection between two souls who see and understand one another completely. A woman's heart should not be exposed to someone who cannot or will not appreciate its value. She cannot allow herself to be swept away by charm or fleeting emotions that promise the world but fail to deliver. The heart is too important to be given to someone who does not fully understand what it means to hold such a treasure. A woman must always be cautious of who she allows into this most sacred space, because not everyone will honor it in the way it deserves. The vulnerability of a woman's heart also lies in the fact that it opens up the possibility of disappointment. When she gives her heart to someone, she is trusting that person with her emotions, her desires, and her deepest feelings. She is opening herself up to another human being, willing to share her world with them. This trust can create the most beautiful connections, but it can also result in pain if the other person does not treat her heart with the care it requires. A woman must recognize that not all relationships will end the way she hopes, and not all people will stay as they promised. That is why guarding her heart is an act of self-preservation. It is about protecting herself from emotional harm and ensuring that when she does open her heart to someone, it is with the understanding that the other person has the capacity to treat it with the utmost respect. When a woman guards her heart, she is not being closed off or unkind. Rather, she is choosing to protect her emotional well-being. This does not mean that she should never love, never trust, or never allow herself to be vulnerable. In fact, it means the opposite. When a woman guards her heart, she does so with the wisdom of knowing that love, when it is true, is a beautiful and powerful force. But she also understands that her heart deserves to be cherished, not taken for granted. She knows that love must be earned, and she will not settle for anything less than the respect and devotion that she deserves. A woman's heart, when fully trusted to the right person, is capable of great depth and profound connection. But that trust must be built over time. It cannot be rushed, nor should it be forced. It must be nurtured in an environment of mutual respect, understanding, and care. And until that trust is established, a woman must guard her heart carefully, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. She must understand that love is not something that can be rushed or forced. It is something that grows, evolves, and deepens when two people are truly ready to give themselves to one another without hesitation. At the same time, guarding her heart does not mean that a woman should live in fear of getting hurt. It does not mean she should shut herself off from love altogether. It means that she must approach love with caution and clarity, knowing that her heart is a gift that should not be taken lightly. When she opens her heart to someone, it should be because that person has shown, through their actions and words, that they are deserving of the trust and love she has to offer. Until that time, she must be careful who she lets in. A woman who guards her heart is a woman who values herself enough to ensure that when she loves, she does so fully and wholeheartedly, without regret or hesitation. In relationships, guarding her heart also means recognizing when to walk away from something that no longer serves her. If someone does not value her heart or does not treat her with the care and respect she deserves, then it is time to step away. She cannot afford to stay in a relationship that leaves her feeling empty, ignored, or unloved. Her heart is too precious to be in the hands of someone who does not appreciate its worth. By guarding her heart, a woman is ultimately ensuring that when she does give it, it is to someone who will honor it and treat it with the reverence it deserves. A woman must guard her power and strength because they are the driving forces that shape her destiny. Her power is not always seen in loud gestures or public displays. Sometimes it's subtle, often quiet, and deeply rooted in her ability to stay true to herself no matter the circumstances. It's the inner strength that allows her to navigate challenges, to rise after every fall, and to move forward with unwavering determination. This power is her foundation. It is what gives her the courage to pursue her goals, to take risks, and to carve out a space for herself in a world that often tries to make her shrink. However, this power should not be revealed recklessly, as not everyone is prepared for the force that comes with it. The world has a tendency to see women as weaker, more fragile, or more in need of protection. But in reality, women are some of the strongest individuals. Their strength lies not just in their ability to endure hardships, but in their ability to adapt, to love, to nurture, and to persevere. A woman's strength is her capacity to balance multiple roles: mother, daughter, partner, professional, friend, and to do so with grace. It's the determination she carries through every challenge, the resilience she shows when the odds are stacked against her. But it's also a power that can be misunderstood or misused. When a woman reveals her strength too soon or to the wrong person, she risks it being dismissed, feared, or manipulated. This is why she must guard it carefully. Her strength is not something to be used for the entertainment or approval of others. It's not something that should be worn as a badge for others to admire or praise. A woman's strength is often a quiet force. It is the decision to keep going when she wants to quit. It's the courage to stand alone when the world tells her she should blend in. It's the strength to say no when everyone else is saying yes. It's the ability to speak her truth even when her voice shakes. And this strength should not be displayed recklessly. A woman must carefully choose when and where to showcase her power, because when she does, it can move mountains, challenge the status quo, and leave a lasting impact. But not everyone is ready to handle such a force. A woman's strength is tied to her self-awareness, to the knowledge that she is capable of more than she often gives herself credit for. This power lies in the recognition of her own worth. She is not just a passive participant in life, she is the creator of her own destiny, the architect of her future. But this realization should not come at the cost of her vulnerability or her ability to trust. While she must be strong, she must also know when to allow herself to lean on others, to accept help, and to recognize that she doesn't have to carry the weight of the world on her shoulders alone. Her strength is not about isolation. It is about understanding her capacity to grow, to adapt, and to take the lead when necessary. However, the fear of being too strong or too independent can often lead a woman to hold back her true potential. She may fear that if she reveals too much of her power, it will intimidate those around her or push others away. She may even downplay her abilities to make those around her feel comfortable, to avoid rocking the boat. But this is where the danger lies. When a woman dims her light to make others feel better, she's only doing a disservice to herself. Her power is what makes her unique, what sets her apart, and what gives her the courage to break barriers and create change. The world needs to see her strength, needs to feel the impact of her voice and her actions. When a woman holds back her true power, she denies the world the opportunity to witness her brilliance. The key is to understand when and how to reveal this power. A woman should never feel compelled to hide her abilities in fear of upsetting the balance of a relationship or making someone else uncomfortable. Her power is not a threat, it is a gift. But she must also know that not everyone will appreciate it in the same way. There will be those who may feel threatened by her strength, who may try to diminish it or undermine it in an attempt to maintain control. These are the moments when she must protect her power and keep it hidden, not out of insecurity, but out of wisdom. The right person, the one who truly respects her, will see her power not as something to fear, but as something to be admired and cherished. This is where the importance of timing comes in. A woman must assess the situation and decide when to reveal her full strength. She cannot give away all of herself too soon, because not everyone is ready to understand the depth of her power. The strength she holds is not something to be shared casually or without consideration. It is a force that must be used purposefully, when the time is right, and when it can have the most impact. By withholding this strength, a woman is not being deceptive or playing games, she is being strategic. She is reserving her energy and her power for the moments when they will matter most, when they will create lasting change, when they will challenge those around her to rise to her level. By protecting her strength, a woman ensures that she is not misused or taken for granted. She ensures that when she does choose to step into her full potential, she does so on her own terms. Her strength is hers to command, and she must never allow anyone to diminish it. Whether she uses it to advance her career, to inspire others, or to fight for the things she believes in, her strength is her birthright. It should never be diminished or hidden to make someone else feel more secure. Instead, it should be used as a tool for empowerment, both for herself and for the world around her. In the end, a woman's strength is not just about her ability to handle adversity or overcome obstacles. It is about her capacity to remain true to herself, to stand tall in her own power, and to use her voice and her actions to shape her world. And she must guard that strength, not because she is afraid of it, but because she understands its immense value. Only when she is confident in her ability to wield it wisely, only when she understands the full scope of her power, will she be able to make the greatest impact in her life and the lives of those around her. A woman must keep her past hidden because it is a part of her story that defines who she is, but it does not necessarily have to define the present or the future. Her past experiences, mistakes, triumphs, and heartbreaks all contribute to the woman she has become today, but it's crucial for her not to let the shadows of her history overshadow her future. Her past is hers to carry, and while it has shaped her, it doesn't need to be revealed to everyone, especially not too early in a relationship. It is not something she must explain or justify to anyone, especially to a man who might not yet have earned the right to truly understand the depths of who she is. The past is often filled with moments that were challenging or painful times when a woman may have been hurt, disappointed, or let down. It can be filled with regrets, mistakes made, lessons learned, and relationships that left scars. These experiences are a part of her journey, but they don't need to be shared right away, especially with someone who has not yet proven that they can understand or handle her vulnerability. A woman should never feel obligated to tell someone about her past, unless she chooses to do so. Her past does not have to be disclosed to validate her worth in the present. Her worth is not tied to what she has been through, but to who she is now and who she is becoming. While sharing parts of her past can create intimacy in a relationship, there's wisdom in knowing when to hold back. There are things in a woman's life that are deeply personal and require trust before they can be shared. Her past relationships, childhood experiences, struggles with family, or any other aspect of her history that shaped her can be shared in time, but not before she feels comfortable doing so. A man may want to know about her past, but it is her right to decide what she shares, and more importantly, how much she shares. Her past is hers to tell, and if she is not ready to open up, that is perfectly valid. She should not feel pressured to lay bare her history before she is ready. In many ways, a woman's past is a testament to her growth, resilience, and strength. It is filled with lessons that have made her the person she is today, but it also contains parts that are too raw, too vulnerable, or too painful to share with someone who has not yet demonstrated a deep level of respect and trustworthiness. Not every person is entitled to know every detail of her past. The process of revealing her past should be gradual, and only with those who have shown that they can handle it with care and understanding. A woman must protect the most intimate parts of her life until she knows that the person she is with is capable of respecting those pieces of her story. Sometimes a woman's past may include things she is not proud of, things that she feels could be judged or misunderstood. These parts of her past are not her identity, but they are a part of her journey. She must decide whether to share them with someone, and if she does, it must be done on her terms. No one has the right to make her feel ashamed of her past. However, there is strength and discretion in knowing that her past does not need to be validated by anyone. The person who will love her and accept her fully will do so without needing to know every detail of her history. True love is not about understanding every part of a person's past. It is about accepting and loving them for who they are in the present. It is important to remember that her past does not define her. While it may have shaped her, it does not control her future. The woman she is today is not the same as the woman she once was, and she has the right to evolve, to change, and to grow without being constantly reminded of who she was. A woman must never allow her past to hold her back, and she should not let it be used against her by someone who does not understand its complexity or significance. People are often quick to judge others based on what they have experienced, but a woman must not allow herself to be trapped in the narrative of her past. She is more than what she has been through. She is the sum of her present self and the potential of who she is becoming. A woman's past is also something that is often difficult to share because it may be tied to emotions and memories that are still raw. These memories can bring up feelings of pain, guilt, or sorrow that she may not be ready to confront. The act of opening up about her past requires not only vulnerability but also emotional strength. She must know that she is ready to revisit those experiences and that she is sharing them with someone who will treat them with the care they deserve. If she does not feel that the person is ready to hold space for her pain or her growth, she should keep those parts of her past to herself. Not all wounds are meant to be shared immediately. Some need time to heal before they can be fully revealed. Furthermore, a woman's past may not necessarily define her relationships or her ability to love in the present. She may have faced heartbreak or experienced difficult situations in previous relationships, but that doesn't mean she will repeat those patterns. A woman's past should not be used as a template to predict her future actions. She deserves to have her own space to grow, to learn, and to move beyond any mistakes or regrets. Her past does not have to be the lens through which she is constantly viewed by others. She has the power to define herself in the present and to move forward on her own terms. The right person will not judge her based on where she's been. They will focus on who she is and where she is going. Ultimately, the decision to share her past with a man should come from a place of trust, not obligation. She must be able to share her history when she feels it is the right moment, and when she believes that the person she's with is truly worthy of hearing it. Her past is a part of her, but it is not all of her. A woman has the right to decide what she shares and when, without the fear of judgment or rejection. The past should remain in the past, and her future should be shaped by the woman she is today, not by the mistakes or experiences that once defined her.